Okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at what it looks like. In the morning, they will check in. At lunchtime, they will connect with the coach. And again, they will be carrying this card with them wherever they go, looking, and feel free to change the descriptors on those behaviors. The afternoon, we will have a checkout, a debriefing. Card is sent home, and the next day continues. And this will go on for 6 to 8 weeks. And who decides this? The bully prevention team, this task force that's put together. Let's look at tertiary prevention measures. Tertiary prevention measures, this is more intense. This is when someone really hurts some other kid. Maybe even blood was spilled. Okay? Immediately, you should hold a private conference. Parents need to be informed immediately. At tertiary level, you might even want to suspend the student depending on what the situation was. Immediately, a functional behavioral assessment must be put into place. Okay? From that functional behavioral assessment, we need to come together as a team to develop what is called an individualized behavior management plan, which needs to have very specific behavior interventions to help the student not produce the same outcomes on an ongoing basis. Parents must be involved throughout this process. One of the things that I would recommend is have the parent make the parent responsible to come to school at least once a month until this bullying behavior is completely extinguished at the tertiary level. Okay? And of course, the student who is the bully will be required to also, in addition, at the tertiary level, to meet with the school counselor. Okay? And during this meeting, the school counselor will reinforce some of the skills that this person that is part of their goal plan. And I noticed that I have in parentheses, and I purposefully put this down there because of my wife, Biljana Khan, who's at Mitchell Elementary School, a school counselor, that a counselor must not be seen as a disciplinarian because we have a conflict of roles. A counselor in this situation must be one where the listener, the person, the intermediary, the person that's going to be a voice for this person, and but not to be seen as a disciplinarian. Very important point there. Tertiary prevention also involves a term that I like to use. It's called wraparound services. Wraparound simply meaning we need to bring all of the services to the student. Okay? We need to mobilize the social worker services. We need to involve our school psychologists. If we have the luxury of getting a clinical psychologist involved, please feel free to bring that person. Also, if you have someone who's on contract or you have someone who's working as a behavior specialist, involve this person at this time. This would be a wonderful opportunity. Okay? So at some times, you might also have to involve the law, the juvenile justice system. You might have to also involve the judge, because some of these kids probably end up in situations with the law. So this is called wraparound, where we are bringing all of the services because we do not want this to continue. Okay? And I notice the bullet point number 2 is also important. The student that has been bullied will also need counseling, and they need to go back and readjust and have a time. And I think and I recommend a school counselor to be assisting in that readjustment and reintegration, going through the traumatic experience of AUX. Do you all have any questions and answers? I've enjoyed you so much. If there are any questions out there, this is your moment. We have approximately 3 to 5 minutes left in this presentation. Please use this opportunity to ask as many questions as you can. We'll start with folks in my class today. If there are any questions that you have, and people who are listening in, feel free, please, to call in. I'd love to hear from you. Yes, sometimes I feel really lonely up here. Antoinette.
Well, at the part of the plan where you put the names in the box, if someone wants to do that to actually be deceitful and turn someone in who is not a bully,
yeah,
that's probably going to happen quite a bit. So I was thinking that there needs to be some sort of oversight on the program, because if there's a zero tolerance, you don't want somebody automatically suspended when nobody's even looked in to see if this is in fact
a
really
legitimate
legitimate
referral.
Yeah.
Well, basically what that is, we are just, it's sort of a screen. We are screening, and we're going to put, if you think of it, Antoinette, as a funnel, and we are going to pull out the ones that really are credible and that's what you're doing. And you're also empowering the student. That's the most important part, okay? And we will know if students are misusing, abusing. We'll ignore those. We'll just throw it aside because we'll, this guy John, no, he's not a bully. We'll put it to the side, you know. But it's a way to give them a voice. They don't have a voice. I did not have a voice. I tried for 3 months, and I ended up. Good question. Questions, East, West, Middle, Tennessee. Come on and ask that question. Nicole.
I was at a school recently doing an observation, and I guess it would be maybe a form of character education, but all around the school there were signs where students had made themselves about bullying.
Yes.
And I mean, I guess that would relate to character education, but do you think that's real effective, maybe just giving the self-awareness out?
Oh, absolutely. Anything that's going to help the process of prevent it, and I think character education is a wonderful message, is a wonderful tool, and I think they go side by side, and it would make a wonderful supplement, a complement to my plan with the character education component. Yes, absolutely. We need to get the word out. We need to empower the students being bullied here. Okay. Let's capture some of the main points today while you were here. What did you learn today? What were some of the main points today? I like doing this. What did you learn today? Go.
3 main levels.
There are 3 main levels? Yes. What else?
There's different types of bullying.
There's different types of bullying. What are they, Kelly? Direct and indirect, right? Yes. What else? Yes.
Bullies do not have low self-esteem.
Bullies do not have low self-esteem as most people think. Yes. Shout it out. Yeah. What else? There are 3 levels in your implementation plan. What are they?
Primary, secondary, tertiary.
And tertiary, yes. And each one goes up with more intensity as needed. Also, there are 3 letters, and feel free to modify those letters. If anybody's listening, want a copy of that letter, you can either watch it through a DVD that we're going to produce and make available, or you can email me. My contact information is on the last page, and I'll be more than happy to do that for you. Okay? Yes?
Do you send letters just to the parents of the bullies, or do you need to send letters, comparable letters to the parents of the victims?
I would suggest both. Okay. Absolutely. Yes, thank you. That's a good point. You all got that? We also got to do comparable letters, letting the parents know that their child has been bullied and describing the nature. We do have a phone question. Go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes. Hello, my question is, how is a female bully different from a male bully?
Oh, a female bully versus a male bully. Well, what context are you asking that question?
Well, when they're bullying when they're bullying another child, do they use different techniques?
Okay.
Like, is one more physical,
Okay.
or does one use dirty looks more, that type of thing?
My experience and some of the research I have done is that females will tend to be more manipulative, and will use more indirect methods of bullying rather than direct. That would be the difference between boys and girls.
Okay, good. Yeah. I know for a long time they didn't know that females could be bullies.
Oh, middle school? Yes, a whole lot more. Yes, thank you for the question. Do you have a follow-up question or a comment to make?
No, that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. My contact information is there, and have a wonderful rest of the day.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Zafkan. Thanks also to the MTSU students who joined us in the studio today, and to our call-in participants. We really appreciated your participation. I'd like to remind our site facilitators to please have today's participants complete session evaluation forms. We encourage our cable and webcasting viewers to complete a form online at www.mtsu.edu/ITSC. You may also download a copy of the PowerPoint slides and the handouts that went with today's program, including that CCC check-in, checkout card and the 3 letter templates that Dr. Kahn mentioned. If you'd like a free video copy of today's program, you may send us an unused VHS tape or a -R blank DVD in a pre-addressed stamped mailer. We'll dub a copy for you free of charge and mail it back to you. For details about getting your video, contact us by email at vmoxley@mtsu.edu. Please reference the program number at the bottom of your screen when making your video request. We ask teachers to limit themselves to 2 requests per semester and to be patient. It takes us most of the semester to edit our programs and get them ready for distribution. Before we sign off, I'd like to thank our technical crew and support staff. I'd like to thank the Education Resource Channel at Middle Tennessee and our cable partners across the state and in Huntsville. As always, I'd like to thank our site facilitators, but most of all, I'd like to thank the teachers who joined us for today's program. Thank you.